Any impact on Berkshire's businesses or higher costs associated with any tariffs that have gone into place?
Yeah, there are a few, definitely. And we buy steel, for example. I mean, at MyTech, or we buy at a lot of places. And we are seeing some effects from that, and we're seeing some effects from inflation.
I'm sorry, from inflation.
We've seen more in the way of cost increases in the last year, if you go across all of our businesses, but particularly building materials, or well, we sell paint. I mean, the can it comes in, that is a lot more expensive than it was a year ago.
How much of the inflation is directly tied to the tariffs, and how much is just from an improving economy and inflation you would expect to creep in?
I can't tell you exactly yet, and some of them are kicking. Well, newsprint, it pops up in different places. I haven't really done that, but I was seeing it in raw materials well before the tariff situation came up. But the tariff situation will aggravate it significantly.
When you think of the consequences to the people that have spent a lifetime learning one trade, and who live in those areas, and through no fault of their own, none. I mean, they've done a good job. They've done a great job working. They're productive, but in the end, their cost was 10 times or more, and they weren't getting paid that well, but they're 10 times what it could get done for elsewhere in the world. So we haven't really paid the price for that change in economic conditions. I mean, it's the people who work there, the people who work at Burlington or wherever, where the jobs disappear. And that's no argument for huge tariffs or anything of the sort. But retraining doesn't do much good if you worked in our textile mill, as many people did years ago, and you're 60 years old and you only speak Portuguese. Or if you work in Dexter, Maine, and you're 58, I mean, retraining, it gets kind of meaningless. So we're the lucky ones, basically, in these situations. And it is tough when you know one trade, particularly if you live in a small town, not lots of other employment opportunities, I think. So, we have a charge off, and they have a huge change in their lives, basically.
The president also tweeted about another initiative, and I just wondered what you thought about it. He said that after speaking with Indra Nooyi, we later found out that she was the one who had talked to him, that he would like to do something that he thinks will help American business. That's to say, stop reporting every quarter, maybe do it on a 6-month basis. What do you think of that idea? Because you have focused on long-termism.
Yeah. Jamie Dimon and I came out a while back, but I've always focused on the idea that, I like to read quarterly report. As an investor, and we've got a couple $100 billion worth of common stock, so I like to get those quarterly reports. I do not like guidance, and I think that guidance leads to lots of bad things, and I've seen it lead to lots of bad things. I don't think quarterly reporting itself, it's when you get into promising people what you're going to do every quarter, because I can't promise it what's going to happen. We're in the hurricane season now, and you can change our earnings dramatically with a storm or something of the sort. So I think it's a very bad practice to be in the game of earnings guidance, and it is a game. I mean, people play it as a game, and then people adjust to numbers and all that. But I like to get the figures quarterly, and I hope that stays.